For this lesson, I'll be discussing elementary logic. When we say logic, it's a discipline that deals with the methods of reasoning. Now, for mathematics, we are using the logical reasoning to prove theorems. Let's say in computer science, to verify and prove theorems at the same time to see the correctness of programs. So since we have said that it's a method or methods of reasoning, and it provides rules and techniques to determine whether an argument is valid. For instance, for a theorem, a statement that can be shown to be true under certain conditions. For example, if x is an even integer, then x plus 1 is an odd integer. Now, this statement is true under the condition that x is an even integer. Let's say if x is 2 and you add it to 1, you'll have 3, which is an odd integer. Another is, let's say, if x is 8, so 8 is an even integer and you are to add 1, it will give you 9, that is an odd integer. More of mathematical logic is what we call statement or a proposition. Now, it's a declarative sentence that is either true or false, but not both. Uppercase letters denotes or represents propositions. You can see there are examples. 2 is an even number. 7 is an even number. A is a vowel. So you can see that they are represented by the propositions P, Q, and R, and you will notice that all of those are written using the uppercase letters. So we have said propositions or statement is a declarative sentence. Now you can see we have two examples that are not propositions, which are my cat is beautiful, my house is big. More of statement. Now, a simple statement is a logical statement carrying one piece of information. For example, the United States Post Office delivers mail. Paris is the capital of Tanzania. The polynomial x squared minus 1 factors as quantity x minus 1 times quantity x plus 1. Analyzing the statements, we can say that statements 1 and 3 are true, while statement 2 is false. More examples for propositions. In a given situation, we can say that it is raining as an example of proposition. Another is Taipei is the capital of Taiwan. And the third one is 1 plus 2 equals 3. Now I have here examples that are not propositions. Let's say, who's there? So this is an interrogative sentence or a question, so it's not a proposition. Another is just do it. It's a command, statement, or imperative, so it's not proposition. The last one, 1 plus 2, it's an expression with a non-true, non-false value. Now let's talk about propositional variable. So this is a variable which is used to represent a proposition. Now what are the notations what are the letters that we can use for representing proposition? So we can use P, Q, and R. So these are the logical notations that are used to represent propositions. You can have here P, Q, and R. Now, aside from the simple proposition, we have the compound proposition. So this is composed of two or more simple propositions in which we are to use connectives. or logical connectives such as and, or, if then, not, if and only if, and exclusive or. Three logical connectives are conjunction, disjunction, and negation. So let's see the definitions and the differences of the three. First is what we call conjunction. Conjunction of a proposition P and Q is the compound proposition P and end. P and Q rather. So symbolically, you can see it's like an inverted V. So that's a symbol for and that means conjunction. Now when we talk about conjunction, if P is true and Q is true, then P, the conjunction for PQ is true. Otherwise, it is false. So meaning the conjunction of two propositions is true only if each proposition is true. How about disjunction? Now, disjunction of the proposition P, Q is the compound proposition, we have P or Q. Meaning, if P is true or Q is true, or if both P and Q are true, then this, we can say that the disjunction of the proposition is true. Otherwise, it's false. Meaning, the disjunction of two propositions is false only if each proposition is false. And the symbol for this is like a letter V. That means or. The last main logical connective is what we call negation. Now, negation of the proposition P is denoted by the symbol. It's like the symbol on the top of letter N to make it enye. That means not. Now, a logical statement is a new logical statement which says the opposite of the original statement, meaning the true value of the negation of a proposition is always the reverse of the truth value of the original proposition. So again, we have the three main logical connectives. Conjunction, we are using the symbol, it's like inverted V, that means and. Disjunction, the symbol is like V, that means or. And then for negation, we have the symbol, it's like the enye, the symbol for enye on the top of N, which means not. And that ends the discussions for elementary logic.